Good afternoon. I have just realised my capture card is not plugged in. Excuse me. And I'm back. Welcome, Dom. Welcome, Nero. Welcome, Rye. Welcome, A Sentient McLaren. I've got a slightly ropey setup for streaming today. There we go. Because my boyfriend is rearranging the way his computer is set out in our room, so I've had to clamp my microphone to a plastic chair. So if it falls at some point, apologies. But I thought we'd do a bit of ghost hunting. Let me switch. I think this setup's probably best for this game. Now, what's going on there? Why can't I hear? That's a problem. That is coming through the computer speakers, and I don't really know why. Yeah, I was sort of worried this would be the case. I think what I want is... Oh my god. Right, now you can hear but I can't, which is a problem. But it's a temporary problem that I can fix. There we go. I can just monitor the game audio. What a palaver. Yes, let's settle down. It's a midweek stream. So yeah, find the Veiled House as Renhojo. Yeah, we played through that really long level last week. So now it's back to Ren. I think Rui doesn't join us on this mission to begin with. Right, Ren.
Is this story based? Not this time.
Not this time. Ren sets out to the unfathomable forest to see if the rumours of a disappearing house are true. And then got a fair number of points. I could probably upgrade Ren's camera a little bit as well. In the course of their investigation, Ren and Rui learn of Keiji Watarai, a folklorist who settled on Mount Hikami. His writings are certain to be a treasure trove of information about the mountain and its peculiar folklore. Ren and Rui happen across a videotape that may just indicate the way to Watarai's residence. I always forget I've got him dressed up like he's going to a wedding. For Yu, he took her own life and Rui attempted suicide. The ghost of a shrine maiden appeared on both occasions. Yuri spoke of a black box that she found Haruka trapped in. Does the key to all these events lie in the mountain's dark past? Folklorists used to live there. It's a great day for a white wedding, yes. Videotape Rui found is on the desk. I should take a look at it. I should. It doesn't appear to be on the desk. Is that it? Glinting? Oh, there we go. So it would have saved me a lot of searching if someone had shown me this video ahead of time. I would have known there was a secret door under the doll shrine. I remember having it explained to me at some point, but like, ojamashimasu means like I'm gonna be annoying, and like shitsureshimasu as well means like I'm about to do something annoying, and it's like how you enter someone's house is you say ojamashimasu, and like how you enter like a room, like where people are working. I think usually you say shitsureshimasu. I'm gonna be annoying is my raison d'etre. Yeah. I just love the idea of like walking into a room and just being like, I'm about to be a proper asshole. Just announcing it to the whole room. I think whoever filmed this needs to work on their editorial skills a little. Oh, just a person. I'm just gonna ignore that. Oh, it's too creepy. It's too creepy. Bonk. Thank you for throwing a monster at me. I might rework the way the Merle coins work and get a few more like redeems in my channel. feel like a lot of you have many, many thousands of them to spend, so I want them low enough that like new viewers can join in, but like expensive enough that you're not just like constantly like spamming me with stuff.
はい。こんな風になってます。
Creepy. It's a report written in Rui's handwriting along with commentary on the video. Diary of the old man at the old inn mentioned the folklorist. This is 8 pages. Well, the veracity of this thing, I looked into a videotape. The video is apparently famous in occult circles. Dear Rui Kagamiya, thank you for contacting us. The video you're looking for is no longer in print, but there are some copies in our warehouse. The video prompted a huge amount of feedback from customers. This tape is found near a river on Mount Kami. It's unknown who filmed it. The master copy of the video was confiscated by the police. Now that entering the unfathomable forest... I mean, the hint's in the name. The unfathomable forest. Hi, Cassie Belmont on YouTube. I haven't got your comment appearing on stream because apparently Twitch doesn't like me to do that. I might start doing it anyway because I don't think anyone's actually been punished for it. But hi, good morning. It's afternoon, evening for me. Shrine of Dolls, right, okay. There's the phone. Just gonna not answer it. Look in the mirror for a bit. Oh, he goes to it automatically.
北条です。
榊か。最近連絡がつかないからどうしたのかと思った。なあ、この前俺はお前に。
俺結婚するんだ。結婚？
Oh,
お前が？
Omedeto, my good man.
随分急な話だな。
Hi, Foxy, welcome to the stream.
それで相手は？
俺が知ってる人。
Who's the lucky bride? Anyone I know?
写真を見た時から。
Well, she looks like a real catch. In any other channel, you'd be banned for that first message. But this is not any other channel. I keep meaning to send you some like pictures of Yaoi, Foxy, after you ask me on Twitter, but I keep forgetting because I have ADHD. Right. Be on my way. These look like notes of Rui's. Maybe she dropped them. So here's the thing. Maybe she dropped them. In the original Japanese, Rui is never given any gender. And like is never referred to explicitly as male or female. The English translation just simply decided that Rui is a girl, but also calls into question that a little later in a scene I hope we get to at some point. But again, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. That's kind of like the instigating incident for me wanting to play this game. Is because Rui is a great character, and I think it's an example of where like the English translation tried to collapse a character down onto a single gender, where the original Japanese does not. Foxy, please send the yaoi. Oh, I will. I just need to remember. Like I forget so much stuff due to just ADHD struggles. Mr. Hojo often cries out in his sleep. He won't sleep in his sleep. He won't tell me much, but it seems he has a recurring dream about a ceremony from his childhood. As a young boy, Mr. Hojo said he spent a summer with relatives at the base of Mount Kaguroi. He's mentioned playing in an old house in a shrine of mountain, some kind of festival. He doesn't talk about his past much, so what he has told me I remember clearly. Is he dreaming of that ceremony? I went to festivals as a child, but all I remember is having a good time. It doesn't sound like the festival Mr. Hojo dreams about is any fun. He often cries, "Don't look at me," in his sleep. He's always had a hard time with people staring at him. He especially dislikes it when women look at him for too long. Foxy, forgetting yaoi could never be. No, it's not the forgetting the yaoi, it's that I forget to send it, because as soon as I start reading it, I just get distracted. He won't even look at Miss Kurosawa or Miss Kozukata in the eye sometimes. He doesn't have that issue with me, though. Interesting. Are the women he's dreaming about really that frightening? So yeah, like, it's interesting that the game sort of genders Rui as female there, or, you know, says she dropped the notebook, but then also points out that Ren doesn't have a problem. Oh look, Rui's with us. Doesn't have a problem looking at Rui in the eye. So I mean, like, I think, you know, you can headcanon Rui, and like the director of the game said they're happy for people to see Rui as a boy or a girl. But I kind of like that the game as it is doesn't really give you a clear answer on what Rui's gender is, because it shouldn't really matter. Rui is your Dynasty Warriors Origins character on Estrogen. My Dynasty Warriors Origins character is my Dynasty Warriors Origins character on Estrogen. To me, they are a twink. Yes, exactly. They have that, like, that gender. It's just twink gender. Hang on. Wait. Right. I feel bad for doing this, but snap. Flash right in the face. My kind of girly, platonic, I only want to exchange yaoi Rex. Exactly. I feel like most of my friends who are girls, like, I spend time just yapping about yaoi with them. We might actually see the scene that I was talking about. I can't remember whether it comes at this point in the game or later. I also don't know. I think we're following the psychic trace from the videotape. Rui turns around embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, as I would be if someone stuck a camera right up my nose. The door is being held shut by a powerful force. Yeah, and yet the trace seems like it wants me to go there. Oh, hang on, I know another way to get there, don't I? Boys are from Mars and girls from Venus, can they ever be friends? Yes, of course, as everyone involved is a Fujoshi. Foxy, who said I'm a girl. Yeah, exactly, that's the gender I go for as well. I believe that girly was as a gender-neutral term of affection. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, this is the scene. This is the scene, I'm sure of it. Honestly, mood? I'm taking a video of that. So this is like really interesting. because like in Japanese, they didn't say boy or girl. Like the ghost said Oni-chan wa One-chan or something like that. Like, oh, is Big Brother a big sister? Rui responded with Watashi. Just I didn't actually say I'm a boy or a girl, but the English subtitles make it like way more clear, or like make it like more explicit that like Rui supposedly says I'm a girl, but like yeah, Rui didn't say that in Japanese. So it's kind of like it's one of the things I don't really like the English like translation of this game for, is that it's added stuff in that isn't necessarily there in the original. So like I think it's perfectly valid to like, you know, you could read Rui as a trans femme, in which case the ghost is sort of being low-key kind of transphobic to them by saying like, you know, Rui says I'm a girl, and then the ghost is like, no you're not, you're a liar. Or you know, you could read Rui as like, you know, transmasculine, and therefore, you know, when the ghost says like, oh, are you a man or a woman, and Rui says, oh, you know, maybe I'm a girl, to like be, I don't know, just to say what is gonna answer the ghost's question without, I don't know, without causing a fuss, and then the ghost sees through that and is like, no, I don't think you are. It's really just like, it's a case where I think, yeah, the subtitlers, I wonder if the subtitlers were told of the writer's intent or made the decision themselves. I feel like they made the decision themselves, because the director in the interviews I've seen states that he didn't really want to, you know, he wanted viewers to be able to interpret Rui as either like a boy or a girl, or neither. So I don't think he had like, or they had like the creative team had like a clear idea in mind as to what Rui's gender is, you know, quote unquote supposed to be. And so I think it is something that the subtitlers have just sort of taken on themselves, and the localization team. Partially because of just the way English is structured. It's very difficult to talk about someone without using like gendered language. It's not that difficult, but like it can sound a bit clunky if you're too sort of blunt about it. I was looking at the YouTube comments. Cassie, can we send you pictures of Yaoi? Absolutely, yes. Localizers are committing suppression of LGBT identity for profits due to current trends in politics and threats banning games. Well, this was back in 2014, this game came out, so the landscape was a little bit different. I don't think that's necessarily what's going on here. I think, you know, they're trying to be more inclusive by, you know, they're, you know, explicitly gendering Rui as a girl, and then the ghost says, no, you're not. Well, it literally says usotsuki, which means liar. So I don't think that's necessarily what's going on here. I think that they just thought that they understood what the writer's intention was, and they didn't necessarily, or they've collapsed it down onto a single reading, when I think the original conception was maybe meant to be a bit more sort of general, a bit more broad. Right, generously they just saw Watashi and assumed Rui was going to say they're a girl. But to be honest, I think they just decided Rui is biologically female. I really just wrote female. Yeah, you wrote female like it's some kind of like feminine email. But yeah, like I'm not in love with the way they've decided to, they've had to like, or not had to, they've decided to collapse it onto a single interpretation. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. Like, you know, I'm not gonna like start, you know, tweeting a million tweets about it and you know, making YouTube videos about anything. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's a little mildly annoying at worst, regardless of what's going on here. I just think it's like and something that's really difficult to talk about now, because the idea of localization has become the subject of like a culture war, which is extremely annoying. Because, you know, I want to talk about the subtleties of like how this line and how this character has been handled, whilst, you know, mildly criticizing the localization discussion, the decisions. But I don't want to contribute to that discussion which sees localization as like some kind of proxy for like wokeness, and wokeness as a proxy for like, you know, basically it's just a right-wing culture war. And I don't really want to validate any of that by seemingly like giving them any ammunition, or being seen to kind of like support that stuff in any way. Maslin Othman on YouTube. This is Fatal Frame 1. This is Fatal Frame 5. Because it's the one I have access to on PlayStation. But yeah, it's really annoying that, like, you know, and I think that's why, you know, the right-wing culture vultures have done this, is precisely to make it difficult to talk about these things without being seen to either validate their culture war nonsense, or to just shut you up, to make it so that you're scared to say anything in case they decide to descend on you and like have a go at you. And I think is why they have behaved the way they behave. I saw a little splish in the water there and it frightened me. Maslin Othman. Eclipse. No, this is like Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. I think it was Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater. I think Project Zero is a lame name. I know that's the original name in Japanese, but I think Fatal Frame is just such a cooler name. I think the original game is just called Zero, or like Rei or something, or maybe it's just Zero, but it uses the kanji for Rei. But I think that's just a lame name for the games, honestly. Fatal Frame is just so much better. And Fatal Frame 5 sounds cooler than, like, Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater. Many dolls. My house is something of a doll shrine as well. Fatal Frame 5, Fade and Fov Flack Forta. Yeah. But yeah, I can't even activate the trace anymore to find out. I have to find Rui. The Veiled House is accessible through the cave located under the Shrine of Dolls. Oh, wait, what? I thought the Veiled House was out the back here. Blackwater means Fatal Frame 4. Fatal Frame 5 is Eclipse. I thought Fatal Frame 4 was the one that had like a title called Eclipse, and Fatal Frame 5. I thought this is the 5th one in the series. Ooh, can I get something? Oh, herbal medicine, not bad. Don't want to go and get spooked by that doll again. But yeah, it's just sort of like, yeah, it's really annoying that like it's become really difficult. Like, you know, if you want to talk about like, you know, other sort of hot button issues like, you know, Bridget and Guilty Gear, it's really difficult to have a conversation because you get sort of dragooned into, you know, a lot of transphobic people basically turn up into your mentions and want to either like recruit you onto their side or just lambast you for not having the opinion they want, and it just makes it impossible to talk about, which is a shame, because I think that, you know, there is, you know, people do want to talk about these characters and talk about their interpretation and what have you. Aslan, by the way, do you know Fatal Frame 2 remake is back? Yeah, I've heard that they're re-releasing or remaking, or they re-released Fatal Frame. Because yeah, I've seen other streamers playing it, and my decision to stream this was entirely based on, like, I wanted to show Rui to my friends. But yeah, it just happens to have coincided with them, I guess, like remaking the game. I'm a bit lost. I don't know where I'm going at the moment. One crimson butterfly, the tormented the crimson butterfly, the tormented, mask of the lunar eclipse, maiden of black water. Yeah, I thought this one was the fifth mainline entry. Just casually gonna walk past that doll falling into the water. But yeah. Like, if this game had come out, like, now, I don't doubt that there'd be a massive, like, you know, culture vulture controversy about, like, the localization or something. Although, I'm not sure that there would, because the localization... Well, I don't know, because the localization seems to imply that Rui is trans femme. Which, you know, I think is a valid interpretation. That's sort of how I conceptualize of Rui myself, because you know, that's sort of the same gender niche that I fall into. Can I go through the... No, stairs leading... I might be able to reach this womb cavern, but first I have to find Rui. I'm fucking looking for Rui. Where are they? Right, Rui was in that room. And then they vanished. They try and leave? Door is being held shut by a powerful... So there's somewhere in here. Oh, hang on. Maybe I can use spirit photography. So I tried... Like, I don't see anything around here that might indicate where Rui is. I went down there and didn't find anything. Don't know if you heard that. That is Pepsi Dog returning. Hello, Pepsi Dog. Ooh. You've just received a pet. Just walked out the room. Oh god. Pile of dusty... okay. Dusty paper lamps and boxes. So that was a ghost. Oh god, it's a child. Ghost child. Fleeing child. Okay. Oh, do I have to find all three of the children, maybe? Doll about the size of a child. There are three kids that run around this. Phantom expose. Oh, it's Rui.
先生来てくれたんですね。
Quite naturally.
はい。
Rui seems to be okay. I have to find a way to the Veiled House. Yuri said there's an entrance to the cave below the doll display in the front of the shrine. Hi, Kel. Welcome to the stream. Look for a way into the cave. Ghost. Fleeing child again. Flee child. But yeah, I think it's like to conclude what I was saying earlier. Oh damn! I missed the chance to missed the chance to snap a ghost. Uh oh! Rui! No! That's not fair. You don't have to hide in the geometry like that. Oh, I can use the rapid fire. No, you're not gonna... Okay. That's it. Oh. There we go. Rapid fire. I got him. Ooh, fatal glance, fatal glance. Fatal framed. There's an idea. You've been fatal framed, hosted by Jeremy Beadle. Or Harry Hill. Be really difficult to explain to Americans who Jeremy Beadle and Harry Hill are. That's Lisa Riley, Erasure. Yeah, I forgot she did it for a while. Kel, I think I own the Jeremy Beadle account on League of Legends. That's good. Meslin. I'd like to play the Fatal Frame series, but I don't like fighting speedy flying ghosts. Too scared to play, then turn off the game. Yeah, I mean, for me, the Fatal Frame games are just about where I can deal with how creepy they are. They're spooky and, you know,
先生
kind of scary, but they're not so intense that I get genuinely sort of like chilled by playing it. Yeah, I get like a little bit creeped out. Whereas like there are other like way more intense like horror games that I just can't play because they're too much for me.
先生ずっと待っていたんです
You've been waiting for what, Rui? To choose me? Oh, I choose you, Rui.
ずっと先生を待っていました
Ah, ghost.
すみませんでも分かったんです
俺には分かる。
あの子も待っているんですよすがを持つ人を
Beadle and Harry Hill are fairly easy. It's Michael Barrymore and Noel Edmonds that tend to be the difficult ones to explain. Yeah, and Mr. Blobby, I guess. It's in one of the boxes. This box. It's finely decorated. I can't get it open. Can I open this one? The water is flowing down. Is it that one? Oh, there we go. That's how I get out of bed in the morning. Ah! Attacking me from off screen. That's cheap. Whoa. Well, most of those photographs did nothing. I always take a picture and then they decide to attack. Hi, Rui. Once you're on Noel Edmonds, you can't stop without doing Mr. Blobby. Yeah, exactly. You sort of got to explain who Mr. Blobby is. The ghost dropped something. A key to that door. Nice. Oh look, we found the house.
先生
迷いが。
誰かいるんでしょうか
行こう。
Probably start using the better film types. What's the general story of this game? There's ghosts, they live up a mountain. I think it's something to do with women were like sacrificed by being sort of married, then drowned, and then having photographs taken of them. That is an old ass TV. That's about the long and short of it. Oh, hello. Yeah, classic miserable Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame games aren't particularly upbeat, are they, really? More points. Does points mean prizes? Oh, no you don't. I see you, ghosty. Right, the water is revered on this mountain, but why? Why not? There's something else in here, apparently. Oh, it's in the drawer, maybe. Where's a remote village full of really fulfilled ghosts that just love hanging out? Exactly. Why have these ghosts always got to be in their bonnet about something? You're too late. I'm already married. Instead of Fatal Frame, let's have Fantastic Photograph. I'm down. Being attacked by an office lady. Try that again, ghost. I'll use my Type 61 film on you. Or maybe I won't. Ah! Hi, Rui. There's a ghost somewhere behind you. Oh, that Type 61 film really cooks. Whoa. I'm just here to read the meter, mate. Is he dead already? Nice. Cooked him. Oh, I'm not gonna take it. I didn't want to waste my good film on him. Oh, I got a trophy for that. I found those really difficult to avoid on the Wii U version. I don't think I ever avoided one. Right. I took photographs of the dead. Something. Maybe that's the reason I don't really know the story that well, is because I don't. I tend to read through all the documents like later, like after the fact. return to the water. Water connects everything. My last few hours of Death Stranding was just reading a book. Yeah. Just reading all the emails people have been sending to you throughout the whole game. Keiji Watarai, lost in thought. So the silhouette of a shrine maiden. There are no more shrine maidens on the mountain now. They're all brown bread. Rather than returning people to the water upon death, the ritual involved placing so-called pillars in special reliquaries and sending them into the water while still alive. It was the role of shrine maidens to become such pillars. They would take on the memories of the dying and thereafter return to water themselves. There was once a set of Buddhist monks who would inter themselves in boxes buried underground for the sake of enlightenment. Sup? Thought you had something to say, Rui. The ladder leads up to the attic. Well, up we go. Let's get spooked. I see a ghost. Hi there.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Right. Mist pouring into the room, that's not a good sign. I should get out of here. Mist. Am I supposed to go through here now? The lock is broken, I can't open the door. Well, let's make like a banana and split. Where's Rui? Stephen King is pouring into the room. Damn, powerful. Oh, there's Rui. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh my god, right. You, sir, are a horrible little man. Why can I not seem to get any fragments off of him? Oh, there we go. Hi, Picklebeat. Oh, did we get raided? And did my raid notification not go off? The alert didn't alert, so Mel's not noticed. I'm very sorry. I was looking at ghosts. And I'm going to touch this ghost, in fact. Yes, welcome to the stream, raiders. What have you just been playing? Reach out and touch Ghost. Exactly. We've been discussing the way gender is handled in this game, and also obscure British celebrities. So it's been a mixed bag. The way gender is handled in the Blobby dynasty. Isn't there a Mrs. Blobby? Right. A cassette tape. I have to get out of here. Well, I do have to leave, but first, I want these goodies. Purifying embers. I've just remembered I probably could have upgraded Ren's camera. In fact, I probably should have done. Yeah, loading speed and damage output are good things to invest in. That's about all I can afford. Sure. Didn't look like there was anything in that drawer, but... This is how I open doors. Oh, bad news bears. You leave Rui alone! Leave my non-binary femboy friend alone. That was such a lame dodge. I think Rui got hurt. Hey, 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 hey. Hey now. You're invisible, that's not fair. Gotcha. Clipping into the geometry isn't fair. Vile ghost. Ow. Oh god, I'm dead. My items. No. Go to items, please. Sacred water. There we go, I'm alive. What the? I'm just gonna touch the wall, I guess. Well, let us never speak of this again. Must you do this to me? She's just chilling. We're chilling. Hey girl, you good? cool. Ah! Right, I've got to go soon, so I'll just say thank you for the stream. May all your pictures of Rui be masterpieces. They couldn't not be. I'm going to finish as soon as we get to the end of this level, which is, like, imminently, I think. Bye, Rai. Maybe play some fighting games with you later. Good stuff. Right. Let's leave. It was a ghost house. Huh, yeah. Was that the folklorist? I believe it may have been. Wait. Ah, yeah, I meant to take the... Ren and Rui set out to find the folklorist's house, relying on clues from a video recording. As they passed through the Shrine of Dolls, a white-haired girl from Ren's dreams appeared. She asked why he didn't bring her token, then vanished. Ren and Rui arrived at the Veiled House, where they discovered several of Keiji Watarai's writings on the customs and beliefs surrounding Mount Hikami. They escaped the house, only to see it vanish in a thick veil of mist. Not bad, an A. Right, one last thing. If you get married to Rui and I'm not there to witness it, I'll be coming for you. Well, that's the end of this mission. I don't think we see Rui in bridal gear for another 2 or 3 missions yet, so you'll definitely be around for it. Might see it on Friday. Depends how fast I can play through the game. But yeah. I'm going to end here. I'm going to go and assist my boyfriend cooking. I can already hear him working on dinner. I feel bad I haven't contributed. So thanks for swinging by. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me yap about gender and ghosts. I'll be doing more of that on Friday. Later.